Australia, South Africa, and West Indies women's captains are here. You can pass on your question. Who is going to start first? Yeah, sure.
Question to Australian captain. The wickets here are different from what you have there in Australia. So what kind of wickets would you like to play? I mean, of course, 2020 wickets do not matter. Traditionally, Chennai has been known to play spinners, but now the wicket that you see will favor medium pacers. So how do you feel that?
Yeah, look, obviously spin's going to play a massive part throughout the World Cup, and generally we found that. So we've been doing a lot of work on playing spin, but also being able to bowl it really well. So we're going to have to adapt in the little period we've got here in Chennai and in Nagpur as well to get used to the conditions and work out how to best play it. But I think everyone's going to be up against the same issue, I guess. But you just got to embrace it and really try and I suppose take it on and be as attacking as you can with it.
Hi, welcome to India. Meg and Stephanie, this is for you both. The ODI cricketer of the year and the T20 cricketer at the same dais. How do you see things when men, ODI cricketer and T20 cricketer, how do you see that stuff with men and women and the T20 tournament? What's your take on that?
What are you
No,
asking?
the men's always get a lot of attraction from the public and crowd, and now you guys on the same dais sitting together, the ODI cricketer and the T20 cricketer of the year. How do you see women's cricket develop?
Developing? I think this is going to be the tightest World Cup that we've ever had. There's so many great teams here as well. So I think we've seen throughout the last couple of years that everyone's sort of beating everybody, which is fantastic. And hopefully this tournament has some great contests and some really close games, but I'm sure we're going to see some great cricket along with that as well.
Who is next?
My question is to Taylor and Dupree. Just tell me, all the last four World Cups, you have only had Australia, England, New Zealand in the finals. So what will it take for the rest of the 7 teams to step up to the level of the other 3? And why is it they've been dominating?
For me?
Both.
Yes, I think obviously we know that women's cricket has been mostly run by Australia and England, but I think that, like Meg mentioned, in the last year or two we definitely saw that all teams are starting to beat each other and the gap is definitely closing. So I do think it's going to be a very competitive tournament. Anything can happen, and with T20 format being so short, it's actually just the team that's on the day that performs the best that can get out on top. So hopefully last time around we got to the semi-finals, but it was the first time ever, so I think we had a little bit of stage fright. But we had very good preparations playing against England and the West Indies just before this tour. So I do think we've played a lot of competitive cricket and that we're ready this time to take it all the way to the top.
Yeah, I think for West Indies, we actually have been in the semi-finals about 2 or 3 times. So I think it's just across that barrier. I think we've been playing some good cricket. As Megan Mignon said that teams have been improving. So I think it's going to be really competitive.
Sure.
Yeah, question to you. So when I spoke to some of the Indian players, they said you're a threat for them and you're the dark horse to win the tournament. How do you find that in a good position?
I think we've been playing some really, really good cricket. We're a strong team, strong players, and it's just to go out there and prove ourselves really.
Stephanie, this is for you. The West Indies contract, of late the men's team have had a lot of issues with the contract and all that stuff. How does that, women's team in West Indies and how the financial thing, is happening in West Indies? Can you throw some light on that?
Sorry.
The West Indies contract. The West Indies men's team, of late had a lot of issues with the contract and financial stuff with the West Indies board. How has it affected the West Indies cricket in this setup? Can you throw some light on that?
I think more likely you have to maybe ask the board about that. But I think for the females, we have been, contracted. I think it's about 10 or 11 players have been contracted. So I think for that part, that's actually good.
Meg, in the lead up to the tournament, you've been defeated by India and New Zealand. So how has that affected the confidence of the team? And secondly, how is the preparation? How is the preparation different going into the tournament? You know, knowing you've been defeated by India at home, and now you're playing them in their own backyard.
Yeah, look, the Indian team and the New Zealand team are very strong, and they outplayed us in those T20 series. So we've had to look at certain ways where we can improve and try and make our game more consistent. So we've looked at those, and we're trying to implement them as much as we can. But you know, we know that we've got some good experience at World Cups, and it's just important to start off the tournament really well. We play South Africa first up, so it's going to be a really big match. To make sure we get off to a good start. But yeah, I suppose it happening before the World Cup hopefully is a good thing, give us a little bit of a wake-up call, I guess, and really highlight the things that we needed to work on. So, but you know, there's no doubt we're going to have to play some very good cricket to just get through the group stage. So we're going to have to be on our game right from the first game.
Hi Meg, adding to what she asked you, you know, you are the defending champion. So do you reckon that by far this is going to be the toughest World Cup that you're going to play in? And if yes, why do you think so?
Oh, look, I think everyone starts on an even keel heading into the World Cup. So we're out to win it just like every other team is. And, you know, that doesn't impact on the way that we think about it. We're just trying to really attack the first game as well as we can, play as good a cricket as we can early on, and hopefully get through the group stages. But you know, I think there's any number of teams who can win this World Cup. It really just comes down to who gets used to the conditions, adapts, and plays well. But I think it's fantastic for the women's game that there's so many teams in contention, and you know, whoever wins is certainly going to have played some great cricket.
This question is for all the three of you. Each of you have, you know, the men's, be it West Indies, Australia, or South Africa, have some of the prolific players, some of the best players. Before approaching any big tournament, do you by any chance share notes with the men's player, the men's team, any of the players before you arrive? Does it happen ever?
Well, I think for me, I'm always talking to, you know, Darren Sammy and also Andre Russell. We're really good friends. So most times they would just, you know, give me some insights and, you know, congratulate or wish me all the best, and, you know, let me know that, you know, how much of a good players we are. So I think that's actually good.
Oh, we don't have too much contact with the men's team. It's pretty difficult. We're always in different places, but there's occasional contact. I think there's a lot to learn from the men's game and to bring to the women's game. So it's great to have that communication, I guess, to learn as much as we can. But it's always very difficult. Even in this tournament, we're not in the same place at the same time. So it makes it a bit difficult. But as I said, there's lots to pick up for the men's game for us.
Yeah, it's exactly like Meg said. We don't always get to be in the same place at the same time, but when we do see them, we try and get as much information as we can. Since a lot of them has also played in the IPL, and they've got knowledge of all the areas in India, so we did try and chat to them or some of the management staff, but it's not as frequent as we maybe would have liked. Obviously, just every now and maybe seeing each other at the airport and quickly passing on a word or two.
Once again, this question is to all the three of you. It's not been a long time since the BBL got over, so how do you think that would help you? How will it help you?
I thought the tournament was great. I think it allowed younger players to come through and get experience in T20 cricket, but also internationals to head to Australia and become involved in such a great tournament. So to be able to play, you know, T20 match after T20 match in a tournament sort of style, I think is a very good preparation for a World Cup, very similar sort of style. So I think the competition was really high. It was a very exciting competition. So I was really happy to be a part of it, and great to see so many internationals interested in playing as well.
Yes, I think being part of the Big Bash for the first time was really something special. I think it definitely put women's cricket on the map, and the competitive cricket that was played at the tournament was absolutely amazing. And I do think most of the teams have had a few players that played in the Big Bash and that would use the skills that they, or the experience they gained there to use it here in this format. But it was wonderful, and I do think it's definitely just a start for big things in the women's game.
Yeah, I think for me, experience was also good. To know that you, for the first Big Bash, to be amongst the winners, and I think that was a great experience for me. Also playing with, talented and, good cricketers, and, coming into this T20 World Cup, I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, this one's for you. You have pretty strong opponents like Australia and New Zealand in your group. So how's the preparation? Knowing that you have two of the strongest opponents and Sri Lanka who've staged some brilliant upsets in the past editions.
Yes, we know it's definitely not going to be easy, but fortunately for us, like we said, we had some good preparation playing against England in a home series, beating them, which we haven't done before, and then winning the series against the West Indies. So I do think we've got a lot of confidence with us as well. We've played some good cricket. Definitely a few areas which we identified where there's still room for improvement, but it's just going to be at the end of the day who pitches up for the day and execute their skills the best.
Who are going to be the key players for each one of you think, who could be the potential game changers in your teams?
In our team, I definitely think Danae van der Kerk is one of the players that can change a game. She's starting off with a bat and then a world-class leg spinner. That's one of the players I would identify.
I think someone who brings a lot of experience to our team is Renee Farrell, who seems to perform under pressure really well. So she's probably not going to take a bag of 5 wickets or anything like that, but she's usually very, very good under pressure. So I think she's shown before she can do it, and she's going to be very important for us in this World Cup.
I would think Hayley Matthews. She's young and talented and powerful, and also bowl a bit of off spin. So I would definitely think she would be one to turn up for us.
Yeah. Hi. This is a question. This is a two-part question actually for all three of you. For women's cricket, test matches are very rare. So do you believe the T20 format is more suited to your style, and it is the perfect way for ICC, who can they can use this vehicle to move it to the Olympics, and then if the T20 cricket goes to Olympics, it becomes more relevant, and as in your cricket gets more recognition. Do you think that? And the second question was about the Gale controversy, the recent Gale controversy which happened in Big Bash. How do you react to all that controversy as women's cricketers?
What was your first question, please?
The first question was about the T20 format.
Yep, I got it, yep. Look, there's no doubt that T20 cricket is the way the women's game is moving forward. You're right, we don't play a lot of test matches, but test matches are something we really enjoy playing, so hopefully we get the opportunity to play some more. But, as you said, T20 cricket is an exciting format. Fans want to watch it, people want to play it, so I think it's a great way to promote women's cricket and really, get it out to as many people as possible, and that's what's being done at the moment, and I'm sure that'll continue to happen as well.
Do you think it will go to the Olympics? This is the perfect vehicle for ICC to take it to the Olympics, and there, once it gets to the Olympics, the women's cricket gets more recognition. Do you think that?
It's a good question. I don't really have an answer to that. I'm not sure where that's at, but if that's the way that the ICC choose to take it, then that would certainly be very exciting for the game. But that's for sort of them to take care of, and if that happens, then I'm sure that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can actually add to that. I think Meg said it all. Thanks. Gale controversy. No, that's one for you.
Sorry, what about that?
The Gale controversy.
As much as I'm a West Indies, I don't think I could actually talk about that. I think that's controversial. I don't think I can comment on that. Sorry.
Any other? Yeah, lost to
Stephanie, recently the under-19 West Indies team won. And how has that motivated you guys? No, both the men's and women's team ahead of this World Cup, despite all the troubles back home with the contracts and all that stuff. How has that motivated you guys?
I think we were really happy for, the under 19 boys. We actually, was up all day, all night, watching the game, supporting, and, when they actually won it, it melted most of us heart to know that, all of what was actually happening in the West Indies, and that just break the ice. So we just hope that, with the win, that, West Indies will, definitely come back on top.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You can stand together for this.
One of the chairs behind the chairs.
Anyway, whichever is convenient. So long.